Here in Bay County, we've always been creative at finding solutions, and that's really ramped up during COVID.
I was really encouraged by seeing local organizations like Bay Future, pivot, really figure out what people needed and help businesses, stay in business so we can continue to grow in the future.
What I have seen in Bay County during COVID-19 is the businesses, such as the bars and the restaurants and the retailers, have banded together. Instead of competing with each other, they've kind of fed off of each other on what their wants and their needs are. So we've had a real big sense of community here in Bay County.
It's changed life as we know it, and we've always, as I say, had a great quality of life here, and we look out for each other. We have each other's backs in this community.
We've had to learn to be adaptive, creative, innovative, and think of how we can deliver service and not how can't we.
I would say dine-in is still down. I expect that to be down for a while, but takeout's kind of taken over for that loss in sale now. So, and then as far as the beer garden goes, it was tough. We were shut down for 6 to 8 weeks. Yeah, but we're back open. Having a patio helped.
It's really exciting to see how people are approaching this with a time for business reinvention and a time for investment in one's own business.
I don't know what life would be like without the pandemic. I mean, we definitely wouldn't be outside.
It's uncertainty in the present, and it's uncertainty for the future. And where there's uncertainty, there's a greater sense of stress and anxiety.
I just look at the number of individuals that are fearful of even coming in to receive health care today. It's scary because when they come into the facility, they're coming in sicker. So trying to regain that confidence of the community itself and just sharing that we're a safe environment, that we've taken all the proper precautions.
I've seen collaboration and community at such a scale that I never thought possible. It just brings joy to my heart knowing that this community is rallying around those that need the most help in a way that will push this county forward.
2020 has been an exceptionally different year in so many ways. We've all been stunned by the COVID-19 pandemic and the impacts it's had on our way of life, the health of our friends, family, and neighbors, as well as both the national and local economy. Right away, the staff at Bay Future began aggressively working to be proactive and to figure out how they could assist and work collaboratively on innovative initiatives aimed towards supporting small businesses throughout Bay County. In some instances, assistance meant facilitating a state-led grant program, and in other instances, it meant developing a new program to garner community dollars to get cash back into the tills of those small businesses hurting the most. Our team began recovery efforts by conducting a survey of hundreds of Bay County businesses and manufacturers to identify challenges that businesses are facing and to track trends within the local economy. They continue to regularly survey businesses within those targeted industries of agribusiness, advanced manufacturing, warehousing, logistics, and data centers, which has led to additional business engagements where they have provided ongoing counseling and coaching by pointing companies to helpful resources. They have made it their goal to connect with every manufacturer in Bay County and have worked with 75 of those manufacturers to provide direct support through sharing best practices and introductions to COVID-19 awareness and prevention programs and resources through our community partners. The Bay Future staff has worked in partnership with Bay County officials and the Bay Area Chamber of Commerce to launch the Reopen Bay County website. This collaborative effort was created to provide useful information, tools, links, and flyers to assist businesses in making important business decisions as they begin to reopen and re-engage with the public. The aim is to provide a one-stop shop in guiding businesses and providing best practices while protecting the health and safety of community residents. The site contains information such as preparedness and response plan templates, COVID-19 workplace checklists and guidance, specific information offered by industry, links to access personal protective equipment, and information regarding COVID support and events. This site acts as a guide to businesses in safely reopening their workplaces by providing them with the preparedness plans and tools they need to keep employees and clients safe. Bay Future has worked collaboratively with City of Bay City leaders, along with our state legislators, in adjoining initiatives that allowed for expansion of outdoor seating for restaurants within our downtown and entertainment districts. Through creating social zones and parklets, food and beverage establishments could increase their capacity and physical footprint. This has allowed for those businesses to reopen and meet new safety protocols and ensure their patrons were at ease dining and shopping, while also increasing capacity within their physical footprint. Our team at Bay Future has taken charge and been a leading advocate for bringing dollars back into our community, as well as finding available funds locally to redistribute to those small businesses hurting the most. Bay Future partnered together with the Bay Area Chamber of Commerce to develop, fundraise for, and administer a gift card stimulus program, Buy BC, which would offer consumers an additional 25% in purchasing power at local businesses, with 100% of the proceeds going directly to area businesses. Through the generous support of the Buy BC program sponsors, businesses in the retail, restaurant, or service industry operating in Bay County were offered an opportunity to participate in the program. Those participating businesses receive an injection of cash when the gift cards are purchased, and consumers receive a discount as an incentive to spend their money locally. Thanks to the sponsors of the program and the community for your support of this initiative. We have helped over 70 businesses receive over $100,000.
The Buy BC program actually, the first round of checks that we delivered for that, we went to a business in one of our more rural communities in the county. It just reopened on Monday for dine-in service. Come to find out that the cooler had gone out the week before, so they had to purchase a new one. And then after opening on Monday, on Tuesday, we had a windstorm that knocked out a tree and took out their propane tank, so they were closed again. So, dropping that check off and getting that revenue into their hands immediately was something that, made a huge impact on them and, in their terms was a lifesaver.
We do participate in Buy BC. That has been another just amazing. I mean, you're at home going through your bookwork, going through your mail, and here's a check from gift cards that you literally had to do nothing as a business owner other than Bay Future backing you we sold these gift cards, here's your check, and educate your staff on how to accept them. But yeah, amazing program.
The marketing arm of Bay Future helped to reach people in a different way and appeal to them in a different way, and they saw it in a different way, and they reacted very strongly to it. They had their choice of I don't know how many different options, but we were fortunate that the community chose to support us really nice, and it's helped to boost people coming into the restaurant. And when you're a wine shop with a lot of incremental sales as well as food and alcohol sales, most of the people that bought those cards doubled up when they came in here and spent twice as much money. Thank goodness for that program.
We had return customers, but we had people who were like, okay, I might want to try you out because this gift card was out there. And then we saw a lot of people trying to put money back into our businesses because they were buying them for friends, for people who they knew that they wouldn't come out and possibly use them in a time like this. So it was instrumental in making sure that we stayed at least lucrative and helping people in our community.
What I have observed as city manager, that we have focused on Bay Future being that tool in our toolbox that we use for the recovery of our businesses in Bay City and in Bay County. And I go back to that old saying that we are Bay City strong, and Bay Future fits right into that motto.
When things are falling apart all around you, at least there's somebody there that's looking out for your best interests moving forward and making you feel like the things that you do are legitimate and are important, and the people you employ are important to the community as well.
In the past 6 months, since we began our Stay Home, Stay Safe initiative, our team at Bay Future has successfully applied for competitive grants. The Bay Future staff have assisted in administering, marketing, facilitating, and awarding grant dollars from 7 different programs and funding sources. I'm very proud of the work they've done with these grant programs. I personally have been involved in the review process and have witnessed the effort and dedication it takes. We're grateful to have been able to facilitate these grant awards, as they will surely help ease some of the financial burden our small businesses continue to face. On behalf of the staff and board of directors, I want to thank those community partners and business leaders who have helped make so many of these programs possible. Our team would not be able to execute these initiatives without your input, hard work, and financial support. We continue to encourage you, our business leaders and community members, to support local business. We're eager to do our part to help facilitate and support a full reopening and recovery of the economy.
Working together, we're going to put this pandemic in the dust and behind us, and we're going to move confidently into the future.
I've seen the effort that the staff has put in and all of the work that they've done for these competitive grants that they've pursued. It takes a lot of work to prepare for those grants for submission and do their normal job in conjunction with that. They haven't stopped. And if anything, I think they've worked harder in these since the shutdown than we've ever experienced.
It's difficult to navigate multiple government layers, multiple authorities that have to be involved to get projects to go from concept to completion. And Bay Future is very successful because it navigates that challenging landscape and makes the impossible possible.
Bay Future was very simple to deal with, much unlike the federal government in dealing with some of their loan and grant programs where the paperwork was a mile wide and very frustrating.
That's where Bay Future as an economic development organization comes into play. Our job is to find those resources and deliver them to those small businesses.
If you look at the development of downtown, the rail trail system, so many things were started by people that really just dug in and got it done. And that really happened this year too. The street closures are amazing downtown, and that's probably something we'll see continue in the future that might not have happened without the unfortunateness of the pandemic. So there's always a bright spot if people are willing to think differently and adapt.
Bay Future, one of the really super cool, exciting things we were able to do with a lot of their funds was to-go cocktails out of the public house, which was so exciting. So as soon as that happened, we were like, okay, how can we use other local businesses by keeping the money in the industry and keeping the money local? So Tri-City Brewing is here in Bay City, and we did a collaboration with them, which is so exciting. And we designed our own label. They supplied the beer, came up with a beer for us, and we called it Locale, obviously pronounced local, because that's so important right now, just keeping things local. And that's a huge theme for us. And then for the to-go cocktails, there's a distillery down in Detroit who bought these bottles for us so we could not only support him, but also support Prestige Glassware, which is a local printer here in town that did an awesome job printing the labels on here for us. So it was just great to keep everything in the local community and keep it within our industry.